Hello guys, welcome to the webinar. Let's give a couple more minutes for the others to join. I see there are more people joining. We go. Please let me know if you hear me okay, or if there is any echoes or the sound isn't coming right. I just want to make sure that we are all set and we don't have any bad surprises at the moment we start presenting. 2 more minutes to go. I see that the numbers are rising. Uh, Please let me feel free to ask any questions. I already see some questions popping up, but I would like to reply to them in a few more after a few more minutes. Sorry for the bad voice. It's a bit tough these days, but hopefully I will make it till the end of the webinar without any any surprises. All right, 1 minute to go, and we're good. All right, guys, let's get this going. I'm excited to share what I have to present today. We did a lot of back office work or a lot of research work to make sure that we're providing what you guys are looking for and provide the best value possible. To get things rolling, I would like to first go a little bit over our agenda. And today we will focus a little bit on the trending verticals, the trending landing pages, what type of landing pages are nowadays running, what kind of products are nowadays running, and how do we leverage this or how do we take advantage of this and learn from this. Also, we will jump into how to quickly clone winning lenders, and we're going to talk about lenders that we see out in the wild that are running for quite a long time, or we know for a fact that that specific advertiser is doing volume, or we hear from um, our colleagues, our friends, that these guys are killing it, or we see them simply on spy tools in terms of what they're doing. And there's a quick way and easy way on how we can easily clone those landing pages and create our own versions of them. Then we will move into how we can leverage AI, which nowadays is one of the hottest topics, in order to expand to new geos, or I would like to say, in order to defeat our language barriers into expanding into new geos, or dealing with a market that we maybe are not familiar with from the language perspective. Then we will move into Google-friendly A/B testing. We know how Google hates when the destination link and isn't the same as the link that we are putting on the ads, or how they don't like redirects because it can be the cause of of many shady stuff. We will move then into list building on how to create or how to increase our earnings, because we know that by the end of the day, whatever we buy on paid traffic, if we don't collect any leads, or if we're not promoting our own product, bottom line is that we're spending money, but we're left with nothing other than a conversion and a payout at the end of the day. Then we will move to proven tips and tools, or proven tactics, or how can I say, like uh, proven practices that will help you boost your conversion rate, or will help you get better conversion rates on your funnels or on your landing pages. And to wrap it up, we will quickly but really shortly go into what's new on Landerlab and how you can leverage it. I don't want to make it by any means a sales pitch, but I would rather like to highlight the benefits of how Landerlab can help you get the best out of what you guys are doing, and help you scale more. Let's get started with landing pages. And the first examples that I would like to go through is pay-per-call landing pages. We've heard a lot that pay-per-call has been getting a lot of attention lately, and we see a lot of increased interest on affiliates. And from this type of campaigns that nowadays are running not only on Google, but they're running on social, they're running on native as well. We see two or three types of landing pages. We see quizzes like the traditional ones. We see chat simulations for where like the visitor engages with the landing page as if they're talking to an operator. We see jump pages, and we see also multi-step funnels that send the visitor to a call to action, which is linked to a phone number. These campaigns, I guess we all know, at least in general, how these campaigns work. These standards have shown to generate good results, and uh, obviously we can learn, or we can get a copy of them, or grab the idea and implement it on our campaigns if we're running pay-per-call. Next, we see a lot of health products or health-related products, more in the range of products where people uh, have like a disorder or discomfort or something, like pain relief products like compression socks, compression sleeves, shoulder pain support products, or eye or vision related issues, or uh, other like stomach or colon issues. Like there are a lot of offers nowadays like this. Obviously, for the sake of making it simple for you guys, I didn't want to include too many examples, because it would end up being too long as a presentation. Then we will move into lead generation, and from lead generation, although we used to see a lot more offers back in the days, at least 1 or 1.5 years ago, nowadays we're seeing less offers, but more. It seems like it is related to specific advertisers not liking how affiliates promote them, or things like that. However, there are still lots of affiliates running lead generation offers, among which I would like to mention diesel emission claims, or group class actions that are being quite popular, especially in UK or other English-speaking countries. We see a lot of bathroom or home remodeling offers where service providers are craving for leads, and they need leads that are actually interested into purchasing a service like that. And there is a huge amount of call centers in the back end that is ready to take on these leads and convert them. Then we have the traditional or the old type of offers that we're used, like evergreen type of offers that we're used to see, those of health insurance, auto insurance, home insurance, etc. So all these offers go still strong, but maybe they are less dominant in the market. But more or less, like maybe next quarter, like Q1, we will see them increasing back again to the trends. From the e-commerce, or from the other type of offers, we see a lot of e-commerce, like physical products and supplements. And supplements is something that I see, at least from the research I did, over these days, supplements seems to be increasing quite a lot. Like people are looking to improve their life, people are looking to improve their everything, like how they feel, how they do, how their mood swings, like their focus. There is a lot of products in the supplement space, and we see that there are a lot of landing pages. And from the research I did, the amount of landing pages that we can use is really great. Like there are great examples, there are amazing examples we can borrow ideas from and use for our own campaigns or for our own products if you're in this in the space of having and promoting your own product. So definitely worth giving it a try and having a look on how these funnels or how these landing pages convert, because bottom line is that we see them running for quite a long time, and that's quite an important indicator that the product is going strong. Next, I would like to move into cloning landing pages, and this topic is a bit sensitive from the perspective of intellectual property or how people can misuse these tools. But what our goal is, or what we want to focus on, is how to grab ideas, or how to grab an example or a structure and use it for your own landing pages. Like we know for a fact that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of affiliates that have zero experience in coding, don't know how to code, but they would like to host and have control on their landing pages. Maybe they're good with copy, like creatives and stuff. And in those cases, that's affiliates being penalized for not having enough technical skills to create their own landing pages. And among some of the common use cases, I've listed three. Like the first one is when you grab a landing page, or when you borrow a landing page from the affiliate network, from the advertiser, or from a friend. You get a zip copy of it, you put your own links, and you upload it to your servers. But still, uploading lenders to servers requires technical background, requires technical skills, because you don't want to end up in a situation where someone hacked your server, or someone did something shady, and you end up paying for traffic and sending visitors elsewhere. So always be careful when, especially if you're not a techie person, always be careful with those. Option two is importing a landing page from spy tools, and Landerlab, like the new version of Landerlab, allows you to do that quite easily, and is quite straight. It's pretty straightforward. All you have to do is go to your to Perplexity, find the winning lander, or find the lander that you would like to test. Click on import button, and boom, you have it. And you know what? Let's go into a live example. I 5 minutes ago, before we even started the webinar, I did and browsed a few for a few lenders. Let's go and do this one. Like this is a pretty simple lender that we can easily use. So if I want to have this lender on Landerlab, I can simply click on import to Landerlab. It will open my Landerlab account on the side. I can tell that I can enter the lender name. In this case is neurologist. Okay, let's call this let's call this lender like this. It will take a few seconds for the landing page to be imported from Perplexity to Landerlab itself. And once this process is finished, we will get a positive message telling us that the landing page has been successfully created, like this, and it opens directly to the visual editor. Now, in this, depending on how the lender is coded, you sometimes may need to fix some minimal stuff. Like you see this button here. All we have to do is to widen it a little bit. We can control it how it looks on mobile or how it looks on tablet quite easily. And boom, like we can save, we can publish it, and for the sake of presentation, we can easily preview it and see how the standard looks. One of the things I would like to do, and I love about it, is that I can HTTPS. I can easily put or change the outgoing links on my landing page, just like this. And boom, save, preview again. And now this lander goes to Landerlab. If you look at the bottom left corner of my screen, or if I click on it, it will go to landerlab.io. Then the other option that we have is cloning landing pages using the URL, and that's not rare, but that's quite often. Like from if we want to be realistic, what we see on spy tools is just the tip of the iceberg. What we want to do is develop our manual spying, or go after specific players manually to see what's happening with them, what are they changing, what are they promoting, how they're promoting, and studying the funnels. And in these cases, we would like to have a clear idea. And quite often we may need to get a copy of these landing pages. So to get a copy of these landing pages, it may require hiring a developer if you're not a techie person, waiting for them to finish the work. Then the cost of the developer is quite significant. Then we have to upload it somewhere, or host it somewhere, then take care of all the setup of domains, and then the speed optimization and everything like that. With Landerlab, we've made it super simple. All you have to do is just grab one URL of the landing page, put it in a box, and start importing it. Let me go to an actual example. Let's say that I want to import this landing page about knee pain. I will go to one of my landing page tests. I will click on add landing page, import from URL, paste URL here. Let's call this knee pain solution, and boom, click on create landing page. What this will do is that it will copy the exact landing page to your Landerlab account quite easily, and allow you to have and to allow you to edit it using the visual editor. So if I don't like the headline here, I can change it, like have been told, have been confirmed, for instance. Like I can make all the changes the way I want without having to hire a developer. Or I can change the image here, or I can change the call to action here. Like instead of having it here, I want it to go to Landerlab, save it, preview it, and boom, I have the landing page that goes to landerlab.io, or my actual offer, without having to hire a developer, which is quite beneficial, especially for me. I'm assuming that I'm not a techie person, or I don't know at all how to code. I know a little bit, but not to the expert level. So even me, on my everyday things, I use Landerlab. And for those that went through the landing page, the actual landing page that we served for opting into the webinar was built with Landerlab, hosted on Landerlab, and had everything from there. So we had all the options to test it ourselves, and leverage the benefits of it ourselves. I want to stop a little bit on some important checks, or some mandatory checks and this for your landing pages. So whenever you import a landing page, or whenever you get a landing page, besides the fact that you have to change the content if it's protected by an intellectual property law, or if it is copyrighted by someone, and you don't want to get into any trouble, I would 100% suggest you to change the text, or to alter the text. Make sure it doesn't look identically or exactly the same as your competitor, or as the player that where you grabbed the landing page from. Or even better, you can further improve it. So if you have the chance to improve it, and you're pretty good at generating copy, you can absolutely improve it, and be safe from getting into trouble related to any copyright issues. What you have to do also is remove all original tracking codes. Like make sure you don't have any tracking links, any tracking scripts, or anything that has been left or has been implemented previously from the page owner that may get you into trouble. I would like to remind you that some scripts are able to grab your traffic and redirect it elsewhere. Also, when dealing with quiz landers, as a matter of fact, what we see nowadays, or what we've seen like forever in affiliate marketing, landing pages that have quizzes are landing pages that are managed or handled with JavaScript. What that means is that most visual editors, or virtually any visual editor, is incapable of editing them right away with what you see is what like with a visual just with the click of a mouse. It's pretty hard. So don't expect visual editors to make changes to this type of renders. It's not that visual editors don't want, or we don't want to do that. It's a technical thing where technology doesn't allow you to edit all the renders, all the elements of the landing page in one place without getting into trouble, or without having deal with uh, to deal with some technical challenges. Last but not least, performance wise, I would highly recommend to replace JavaScript or publicly available JavaScript or CSS libraries with from local ones to public ones. Like Landerlab, if I'm not mistaken, we do already do that, but there could be cases where some libraries are not present or are not widely used. In that case, I would highly recommend replacing them with publicly available libraries. This is pretty much for when it comes to cloning landing pages. I would highly recommend you to test it out for yourself and see it in action. It saves a ton of time. Like if you're thinking about it, like you can get you can hire a developer, pay them $35 or $55 an hour to build you a landing page, or for you telling him like, hey, this is a landing page that I want. Can you make a copy of it? They will either start from scratch and charge you all the amount of all the hours that they will work on, or in unfortunate cases where we have developers with no ethics, they may grab a copy of the landing page, charge you for the full, like as if they would code the landing page from scratch, and just change the links and clean it up. So still you're paying way too much, and still you haven't tested the campaign. It may be the case that the campaign doesn't work for you, and in that case, I would highly recommend to go the short path, use the shortcut, leverage it, and then take it from there. Uh, Next, I would like to move to one of the hottest topic nowadays, which is leveraging AI to expand to new geos. So to give you a realistic picture of it, I made two challenges, or I wanted to bring on two challenges. One is with Canada, for instance, where we know that Quebec has the majority of the population speaking French. So in that case, like 51.9% of all Quebec residents is able to speak English, which means that um we're cutting the target, the potential audience in half, just by targeting our just by promoting our campaigns in English. In this case, the quickest way would be to use a translation, to translate the lander and target that audience in French. And instead of hiring a pretty costly translator, you can always use, or you can always leverage Landerlab's ability, or Landerlab's AI translation, and translate the landing page in seconds, like in a matter of seconds, and literally a minute. And we will shortly go into a real example. The second case is, let's say that you're running a landing page in Italian, or like you're not running English, you're running Italian, and maybe that's not your first language. And quite honestly, when you move to a country like I changed recently, you see that there are some words, or there are some ways of expressing of speaking or talking about something which are very local. And with the basic Italian that I used to know back in the days, I'm far away. I was very far away from what people speak, and that's a negative thing on your landing pages. So you want to make the landing page and have a translation which feels native and feels that it belongs to the audience. So in this case, let's say that we have a landing page running in Italy and we want to expand it to Germany, Austria, sorry, and Switzerland. So in that case, it means that we would need to translate the landing page from Italian to German. But to make it to German, we will need to hire a translator. But we also have some regions that speak French, especially in Switzerland, and we don't want to lose that audience as well. So in that case, we would need to translate the landing page from one original language to two languages, and it will cost us double. And still, we haven't tested the landing page, or still we haven't tested the over there. So let me walk you through an actual example. And in general, and maybe it's not a good thing, but in general, I would like to go and make a translation. Instead of doing a simple page with small text, I would like to make a translation of a pretty long copy, because we know that if we're translating this page, we can easily go and translate it into Google Translate or ChatGPT, and etc. etc. So this will be easy. I don't want to use this example. Instead, I will go into a longer example, which might take maybe a few more seconds because it has to translate it properly. But by the end of the day, I know you will see the benefit of it. So see how long and well written is this advertorial. In this case, I would like to translate this into French. So let's say that I'm running this in Canada. I want to translate, or I want to target Quebec. I want this landing page in French, and in this case, I will give it like 20-30 seconds for the landing page to be translated in the desired language, and I will get the actual output that I'm wanting. Not that I will need to go hire, look for a translator, maybe Upwork, Fiverr, or other services like people per hour or things like that. Then hire them, negotiate the pricing, hire them, wait for them to translate it, make all this long shot or all this long journey. Then I can end up with a poorly translated version of the landing page, or a very well translated version of the landing page, similar to what I'm getting with this in a matter of a few seconds, but it cost me a few $100 just because they're charging per words, or they're charging per characters, or whatever the deal might be. And, you know, it's more money in your pocket better than my money in someone else's pocket. So let's give it a few more seconds. I did it on purpose. Yeah, there we have it. So I was expecting this to last a bit longer, but we have a French translated landing page, easy as that, without having to hire anyone. So while I made a quick description of it, we have the landing page. And if I'm saving it, and let's publish it, like I want to see French LP. Let's do it. French LP. I'll publish it, and I will have the landing page accessible in French live directly, without having to hire anyone, without having to code, even copy or paste the content from the original page. Obviously, it will take slightly a bit more than that, because you may need to change or to edit some of the images, which you can do with Photoshop and with some basic image editing. Instead of having Paint Relief patch here, you use the French words, and boom, you are ready. And within a few minutes, you're able to scale to another geo. Then with this example, I think I made it clear on how you can leverage it. Just think of what you're able to scale, and what you're able to do with leveraging such capabilities. Next, I would like to move to Google-friendly A/B testing. Uh, how Google hates the redirects, we all know. But we all know also that we would like to test landing pages. It may be an A/B testing of just a headline. It may be an A/B testing of the whole landing page as well. And in most cases, us affiliates, we love to test, or we love to A/B test two or more landing page types. Why? Because we want to see what appeals more to our audience, or what converts better to with our audience. So in this case, I've prepared a small test for the A/B testing. And to show you what I mean is that I want to use, there we go. We have A/B testing. The original page is this one, but I want to A/B test this one with another page. So I'll go into the landing page. I'll go to the variations, and instead of using just this version of the landing page, I will add a variation, but this time not existing, like I can duplicate the existing variant and I can say, okay, make me an existing copy of the original one. And this will allow me to change headlines, images, and stuff like that with the same structure, with the same landing page, same everything. Or I can duplicate another landing page. In this case, let's do fat loss and stay within the, or diet, stay within the vertical. And I will use this landing page, this one here. Wait, this one. I'll click apply. I'll give it like variation B for the ease of presentation. And this will create another copy of the landing page for me. There we go. So we have this landing page, we have also this landing page. And now if I publish this landing page, A/B test Google, I will be able to publish this landing page under a single URL and be able to use it on my Google campaigns without having to go through a tracker. So now I have this A/B testing Google page. Let me open a guest window and let me try it. Okay, let me bring on some Firefox. Let me bring on some Firefox to open it up. There we go. And now, okay, it doesn't want me to do it. Oh, wait a second. That's my fault. That's definitely my fault. I need to enable A/B testing and republish the landing page. My bad, guys. Sorry for wasting your time on that, but it's an error that can happen. So in this case, I will refresh the page again or close this, and I will reopen incognito again, paste the landing page, close the guest window again. It goes on a 50-50. And I need to generate a few. Let's use Microsoft Edge. All right, get away. It doesn't want to do it. Whenever you're presenting something live, it doesn't want to do it. Like it doesn't want to go through. Let me try it again because I've tested this a lot, and there was an example. But you know, karma is what we know it is. There we go. So on this browser, no matter what I do, I will still get this version of the landing page. On this other browser, I will get the other version or this version of the landing page. However, it is handled on a 50-50%. You can always change the rotation weights, and you can always create a clone of it. Like you can duplicate it, A/B test it further, etc., etc. So one thing that I would like to emphasize is be careful. Like even though this allows you to A/B test landing pages with Google without having to use redirects, be careful of not going too far. Like don't be too aggressive. Like don't make false promises or anything that can get you flagged and can cost you your account and maybe the whole business model. So if you want, there is this landing page here that I have added in the screenshot that you can test for yourself. Or you know what? Let me paste the landing page on the landing page URL on the chat on YouTube, and you can test it for yourself. You can just copy, open it on your browsers, and see what you get. Like it will give you 50-50 one landing page and the other. Next, let's move to effective list building, and this is the topic that I personally am really interested about, or how to say, like I care a lot about this topic because we know that us as affiliates, we buy traffic, we send traffic to an offer. Some networks scrape us, some networks do their things. It's something that we cannot avoid. That's how it works. But by the end of the day, we're spending hundreds, if not millions of dollars on really good traffic, but we're collecting nothing. So by the end of the day, we don't have anything of those hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars that we spent that we can reuse. We can have an audience, but by the end of the day, if the traffic source that we buy traffic from decides to ban us or to freeze our account, we're left with nothing. So in that case, we spend hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars on precious traffic. We're left with nothing. We got our payouts, obviously, but we didn't get anything else. So in order to fight that, or in order to get more value for your money, what we would like to focus on a little bit is using all the possible techniques or leverage your landing pages to collect leads, collect emails. Not only that you're left with a list, you're creating an email list or a phone list or an audience list that you own and you can reuse later on, but also you're able to sell them more. So example, like if we're running a diet offer, we can easily incorporate a widget or a block where we're offering something for free. We can use freebies, we can use ebooks, we can use limited time offers, we can use hourly sensitive offers, we can use anything that doesn't drive or doesn't draw the attention of the user from the actual offer, but rather adds value to it. Like um, let's say we're seeing a visitor like exiting 10 pop-ups, like a visitor is about to bounce from the page. Why not adding a freebie on a pop-up, like get this simple, like these five everyday routines that will help you not lose weight, but will help you keep stay in shape. Like we're not selling something that is competing with the actual product that we're promoting, but at least we're pitching something that will be related to the products. In that case, we're able to remonetize that audience. Like I have friends, I've done it myself, and I've seen this thing working really great. Like one of the other cases I would like to mention is uh, creating a multi-step funnel. Like multi-step funnels are pretty great, even if you're promoting a lead generation offer. Like let's say auto insurance or home insurance or bathroom remodeling, home remodeling, etc. Like if you're sending visitors to a lead generation form or a lead generation funnel, you can always collect the lead information for yourself first. And that will help you, A, with lead quality, B, with not losing everything, because you can still remonetize at least. Like you can create a pretty long sequence of emails and content that you can send to your visitors, to your audience, sorry, and you can further remonetize it. So don't skip on it, try to leverage it. And what the coolest thing is that Landerlab allows you to create those widgets, to add these list building uh, modules to your landing pages without having to hire a developer, without having to know how to code, without having to know how a specific email service provider works in order to collect leads. Like, don't get yourself into trouble. Like, don't deal with those boring stuff, because you can waste hours, if not days. You have webhooks, you have Mailchimp integration, or you have Zapier. Like, pretty simple, plug and play. Like, plug the form in, make sure it is appealing, make sure it doesn't drive attention away from the actual offer, and you can collect the leads and you can further remonetize them. So this is something pretty important, and actually, I would love to see more users leveraging it. There are people who are leveraging it right now, and we're seeing them collecting between 100 to 100 to 200,000 leads a month with Landerlab, just using that. But if more people do it, there's more business and more money to be squeezed out of that audience, because we know that audience has an interest, and we know that we can further convert them. Then, without getting into more details about this, I would like to move into the proven tips or tools or practices on how to improve your landing page performance and how to improve your actual conversion rates. It is a sensitive topic because not everyone is familiar on how to properly build a landing page or what elements are important there. But I hope that with this short description, I will be able to help anyone who might need it. So first of all, uh, use strong headlines, use thought-provoking headlines, use headlines that challenge or question the beliefs of the user. That only will make the visitor or the user go through your advertorial. If you see, like, quite often you see that headlines are the main driver or the main element of a landing page. Why? Because they trigger the visitor. That's the very first second where you need to grab their attention and funnel them in whatever you have to sell there. So use pretty strong, controversial, use strong headlines to lock them in. Then add compelling images to your advertorials. Add images like product in use, the before and after, product in hand, animated GIFs, the desired results, or the actual problem in a picture. Use that because it will emphasize whatever you're saying in the headline. It will emphasize it, and altogether will deliver a pretty strong message. Then uh, the after that, like, add a pretty appealing headline, like a sub headline, sorry, quotes, highlight notes, etc. Like, use expert reviews, use feedbacks, use test results, use case studies, like something which is above the fold. You want to make sure that the visitor is convinced or the visitor is triggered enough to go through and read about your product or read about that review. If you're talking about advertorials that are written in the product as a product review. List the products, solutions, or list the products or solutions benefits. Make sure those are really well written, maybe even highlighted. Like, use a different background color, use a box. Like, make sure it is clearly shown or it is clearly written what problems or how the visitor benefits from it. Like, for instance, I have an issue that I get tired by taking my eyeglasses on, or let's say, if I remove my eyeglasses now, I've kept them all day long. During the evening time, I will have a hard time looking at TV or staying or reading something without them. Like, make sure you list all the benefits, and sometimes add a picture, like maybe a small silhouette or a small image that will furthermore emphasize what the benefit is, or will make it more descriptive. Like, use this kind of stuff. It will make it much better for the visitor or for the user to engage with your content. Also, not least important is the social proof. Like, make sure you add positive comments, add testimonials. Some products or some advertorials or some landing pages use even user-generated content or user-generated videos showcasing how they like the product, how they use the product, how it helped them deal with the specific problem. Like, all this kind of stuff, it can be both. Like, it's not too much. Like, having social proof can never be too much. Like, having a public figure talking about the product, if you can get access to it, or having a few users generate simple videos with their recorded with their phone, showing the product, how they used it, how they benefited from it, and how their life has changed for better with it. Then move on to the comments with positive comments, talking about their experience, talking about the benefits and everything. Like, having these elements on the landing page will help you convert better. And if you don't have them on the landing page and A/B test them against the landing page that has them, you will clearly see for yourself that the results are really uh, different. Like, there is a huge difference. Then you have to make sure to show how the product, like where to buy the product. Like, make sure not to hide it. Like, you can use hyperlinks on text in the text body, but make sure you make a clear call to action. Some people want it clear, loud and clear. It is here. Like, even us, like, just because we're dealing with lots of pages and stuff, sometimes we develop a blindness to specific sections. So some people want a specific call to action, or the call to action to be clearly stated, like clearly visible. Make sure it's not hidden elsewhere. make sure it's boxed, make sure it has uh, big enough text. Even the text body is big enough for to be able to be read and consumed by people that don't have a good enough vision. Then you position your call to action strategically. You can use sticky bars, you can use right column, sticky bars at the bottom, especially for mobile devices where it's more accessible by the thumb, and have all these elements put in one place. Then you can leverage time-sensitive offers or generate scarcity, like showing pop-ups of the product being sold or some verification or some pop-ups of the users buying the product. Like let's say, Lawson bought this product, John bought that product, I don't know, Maria bought that other product. Like we, all this stuff help with converting, like show people that other people are buying, and it's that thing that people want to belong to a specific group. Like if we push that good enough, we're able to sell the product even better. And also, last but not least, take advantage of the decoy effect. Like try to influence the user's decisions. Try to make it clear to them that your solution is better than others. And using the decoy effect, you are able to do that. Maybe not all the time, but in most cases, we're able to do it. So all this important stuff or all these important details, make sure you have them present on the landing page. Otherwise, if the offer doesn't convert, it's not the offer's problem. Like it has to go through a set of steps, and sometimes you have to use a pre-lander, a lander, a product page, etc. Like sometimes the funnel needs to be quite long, and sometimes you may be enough with just sending the visitors to the product page. A simple example of that of retargeting, where you have sold the product once or you have pitched the product once to the visitors, and you don't want to bore them to bore them. Last but not least, and I have quite an interesting surprise after the summary. How does Landerlab help in all this? Like, first of all, like I mentioned before, it has a totally rebuilt visual editor, which allows you to edit everything with a simple mouse and keyboard without having to type code. And you can position the blocks or the elements of your landing page wherever the hell you want. Period. Like you can do it, I can do it, even your VAs can do it. Like you don't have to hire experienced buyers or experienced VAs or assistants to help you with that. Give it to a kid or give it to your grandmother. Mine did. So make sure to try it for yourself and give it a fair chance. Plus, we have hundreds of landing pages that are ready. You have the copy ready to use. We have the landing page structures ready to use. Simply swap the text a little bit, make it more suitable to the product that you're promoting, and boom, you have a landing page without having to even borrow it elsewhere or import it from a spy tool. Then we have a uh, rich set of page sections. Like if you're talking about building a landing page from scratch, you can use these sections, drag and drop the header, drag and drop the hero image, drag and drop the features, drag and drop the body text, drag and drop the highlighted features again, or drag and drop comments. Like all these elements, which editing them on code and editing them with a developer will take a lot of time. You have them ready there. Just grab them, drop them on the section of the page where you want them to be present, and boom, simply double click and edit the text as if you were doing it on Google Docs. Then we have conversion boosting elements, sticky bars, countdown timers, rating blocks, etc. It's like all this stuff are pretty important. We also have a direct integration with Perplexity that I showed you earlier, or we have direct integration with Volume or Clickthread, which means that the very moment that you create a landing page, instead of going to your tracker, go to Landers, click on Add Landing Page, add tokens, and everything. You can do it all from Clickthread. Just click on Publish Landing Page to Tracker, specify the tokens that you want to use there, and boom, you're done. Then, talking about tokens, you don't. I know that a lot of us like the idea and leverage the benefits of showing dynamic content or make adding content dynamically to the landing page based on location, device type, region, city, etc. So all these dynamic tokens For all this time, we needed to use either a third-party service, which we had to pay, and it comes with a limit of API calls that we get charged for, and that's not okay for scaling. Or we have to use our tracker, get our hands dirty with code, and put the code and change the landing page, sections in order to or text in order to show the dynamic token. With Landerlab, you can do it right away. Just add city, region, device, country, etc. You just place square brackets, double square brackets. You put like city or country in the landing page, and it will show you the actual country and city without having to buy a third-party service, without having to add extra code to your landing page, or without having to leverage to rely on your tracker. So that's pretty straightforward, and that's pretty uh, helpful for affiliates that don't use trackers. We know there are tons of them, and you guys and those that don't use a tracker are not doing anything wrong. They're just using it like it, and that's fine. It converts, and they're able to track things. And also, you can use lead forms with a built-in CRM. So having them having them in place, like having the lead forms, allows you to collect leads, like I mentioned earlier in the list building tips. But also, quite importantly, you can access the lead information. Aside from being able to send it elsewhere, like by using Zapier, MailChimp, or webhooks, and put the visitors or the leads into an automated sequence, you can actually see the leads on Landerlab. And if for whatever reason you didn't pay for the service, or your email service provider got banned, you can always access the leads, and you always have the leads information there. So by far, it's a pretty solid solution that allows you to scale. Like, let's focus on scaling and use this not as another tool, or have it as another tool that you have to deal on your everyday, but rather use it as a tool to scale your campaigns. Last but not least, make sure to get your free account of Landerlab. We're going out of beta soon, and we will have to move into a paid version. You still have time to test it and play it for yourself for free without even having a credit card added to the account. And for what it's worth, send as much traffic as you want. If you're able to spend $100 million a day sending traffic to your Landerlab landing pages, go do it. No one will charge you a dime for that. So with that being said, this leads me to our last slide, and I tried to rush as much as I could with this amount of information. Next Thursday, same time, we're going to talk about how to create content website for search arbitrage. There are a lot of affiliates who are running search arbitrage nowadays, and we know that the rules of the game are changing, and especially for aggressive verticals and aggressive stuff, you have to build a content website and send the visitors to a content website, either if you're running still AFD, or if you're running related searches for content, or the RSOC format. Doing A lot of people are doing it with WordPress, which by far is a really bad solution, especially when we're talking about performance. A lot of people are doing it with some tools online which do not are not able to handle the huge amount of traffic, or will cost a lot of money in the long run. And some are doing it manual with static pages that they have to have a developer every day in their office or in the team taking care of these pages. What the solution that we are proposing next week is something that I have personally tested. It converts extremely well, and the landing pages open really fast. So if you want to test it out, don't miss out the next webinar. I'm going to send you guys an invitation for that, and we'll take it from there. I will reveal everything next week, same time, 5 p.m. Central European Time, or 8 a.m. PST. Pretty quickly, let's go over a few questions that you guys asked in the chat before I wrap it up. The first one is, can I make funnels with Landerlab? Current answer is no. Pretty soon, and by pretty soon I mean in a few weeks, you will be able to create funnels, you will be able to create quizzes, and you will be able to create multi-step forms. So we're all in for making it easy for you to will make it easy for you to build your funnels, to build your your uh, your your content, and without having to deal with a lot of technical headaches. Uh, Sometimes there was a question that came from someone in the emails that asked, what if we get a DCMA notice to take down the landing page? In that case, that's not something that Landerlab takes care of. That's something up to you, that you need to make sure to be compliant when it comes to intellectual property. And as a matter of fact, you either have to change the copy or change the text. Uh, is there a way I can create a funnel that is an exact replica? Yes, there will be a way for creating an exact replica of a specific funnel, but not now, in a few weeks. We're still working on it. There are a lot of exciting updates coming up. So stay tuned and make sure to mark our email address as safe for when we send these notifications, and you will get to know first when this new functionalities gets released. Thank you guys a lot for the attention and attending till the end. I will follow up shortly with an email, and looking forward to see a lot of you or all of you, hopefully, in the next webinar next week. Thanks again and have a great time.